As a newbie in this space, I've been really amazed at all of the applications for blockchain technology. And one of them, that we're going to hear about in a moment, is how it can be used in public financing. So does a municipality want to build a bridge? Do they need a new government center? Blockchain technology can play a role in that as well. And our next speaker, Yezune Choi, with BOScoin blockchain platform, is going to tell us more about how Bitcoin and other blockchain technologies can be used to fund those sorts of public projects. Please welcome Yezune Choi.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yezune. I am CTO of BOScoin. Now, let me start with a brief introduction of BOScoin and our platform. We did the very first ICO and out of Korea and launched our token in November. There are many of you who have not yet heard of us, but we will soon enough, I hope. We plan to launch our mainnet in June this year, and currently our market cap is around $300 million, which will be around the 70s, according to CoinMarketCap. You may wonder what we are doing, what is so new, different, and today I would like to talk about why we are doing, what we are doing, and then what we are going to do. There are a lot of doubt about many crypto projects are doing, wondering if they are creating just a bubble. In Korea, regulators are looking at crypto projects with a suspicious eye and imposing strict regulation. What is the nature of crypto economy startup? What we, you, and me here? As the media or regulators portray some of us, are we creating a bubble? Are we dazzling the generic public? At least we know that is not true. Don't you agree? Oh, of course, there will be people who are in it just a bug, but at least we are not. Then, what we are trying to do, what is the true nature of this new crypto scene? We consider ourselves engineers of a programmable economy. I dare say we are designing, materializing, and operating new economic paradigm. Now, we are able to design and materialize an economic system due to blockchain technology that can store data in safe and irreversible ways, as well as utilizing smart contracts. Using this technology, we are not only materializing, but we also can actively design and run the system. Cryptocurrencies can design economic system with new rules which have not been previously available. The ecosystem is operating at a global level, not bound by countries or states. Objective, task, operation, realization of whatever philosophy, values, and vision is not depends on technology, but on the philosophy, values, vision itself. We can program a new economy. Then, what are we going to do? What is our platform trying to achieve? Using blockchain technology, we are going to enhance the way financial capitalism works. As you know, every public blockchain has their own cryptocurrency. And so the financial aspect in crypto project is more and less inevitable to learn the ecosystem. We wish to program such financial aspect inherent to crypto project and make it better. There were two precedents that triggered an evolution of some thought about the idea of copyrights, which is one of pivotal pillars of capitalism without actual infringing any capitalistic values. There is two precedents opened up new ways on how to exercise copyrights, the core operating principle of capitalism. The two precedents are Yezune, GNU Manifesto and Creative Commons movement. These two movements hacked our idea of intellectual property and entrepreneurship. You may or may not know GNU means GNU is not Unix. The GNU Manifesto was written by Richard Stallman in 1985, initiated the copyleft and open source movement. And you are familiar with what is brought to the world. These products resulting from the GNU movement, pretty much all of you have used at least one or the products shown. BOScoin, Git, and any other product. But it does not end here. The Creative Commons movement started in 2002, expanded the copyleft movement in GNU Manifesto. It all digital works. Creative Commons is a term first used by Lawrence Lessig, a professor at Harvard Law School, a vocal advocate of Free Software Foundation. Creative Commons is also a non-profit organization devoted to expanding the range of creative works available for others to build up legally and to share. It means the creators can set the rights of their own works according to the copyright rules, but the user do not need to ask for the original creator every time. This website, they're using Creative Commons principle. There are 1.1 billion digital works that apply the concept of Creative Commons. I believe such movement in some way anti-capitalistic. How software and furthermore, how the digital world can coexist with capitalism without breaking any rules of capitalism and even make progress. I think it is a good example how ownership and common pools resource can coexist. It would be like having Central Park where everyone can come out and enjoy in the middle of New York City. Then, sorry. How can we expand this copyleft movement to the capitalistic monetary system? How can we create another Central Park? This is our question. No breaking the rule and principle of modern capitalism, but at the same time incorporate copyleft's concept into the capitalistic monetary system. Our answer to this is public financing. It is a fairly new concept because it doesn't really exist, and it is a term we made up. It means to make money as commons. With public financing, we are going to evolutionize the money system of capitalism by the same logic. Our aim is to embed copyleft and distribution rules to the financial system. That's why BOS platform is equipped with a commons budget. If you have read our white paper, You may be familiar with our concept of commons budget. And the commons budget is a tool for public financing. Commons budget means money as commons in a specific form. The commons budget can be managed jointly by the community and can be used under the jurisdiction of community. 36% of total commons BOScoin to be issued will be allocated to the commons budget. A commons budget is scheduled to be issued and grow for 5 years after launch of mainnet, and will be used the public budget to the use according to the decision of Congress network. This diagram, you can see the relationship of both platform, commons budget, and public financing. In here, you means all of you, anybody who is willing to contribute to the ecosystem, anybody who is willing to opt on our platform, anybody who is contribute to the public benefit, and also those who are willing to develop an app on top of our blockchain. When you put forth a proposal, Congress network scrutinize, there can be two types of proposal. One is ask for a common budget. This is good for business in need of funding. You can simply write an awesome proposal and ask Congress for approval of commons budget. If you wish to shoot a satellite for the network, go ahead and propose it. If it is approved by Congress, the appropriate amount of BOS will be sent to you and proposed. Of course, the amount of may depends on the actual value of BOScoin. However, there may be a case where the commons budget itself is not enough. If real assets are involved or have project become too big, we may need something more than the commons budget alone. In such a case, we can also use public financing. The commons budget itself is also merely a tool for public financing. In this context, we can say public financing is a means of issue more of our tokens based on estimation of how much value the project may create. The newly created token may be used to buy assets or businesses to build something entirely new that can enhance their ecosystem. Now, of course, there will be oversight from the foundation about the progress of work. Newly created utilities and or wealth will be shared among the participants of the ecosystem, just like public goods or service. Both tools, public financing and utilizing of commons budget or issuing more token, can be used depends on a project or situation. But part of newly issued tokens must essentially go to the commons budget. Why? This will serve as a financial deposit to its volatility. In this way, we can grow the commons budget without giving too much impact to the market. Price volatility will be inevitable, but we hope to mitigate the negative impact by doing so. Nonetheless, the collective intelligence of Congress would improve the project if they could not see the project overcoming the negative effect of added supply. Now, let's compare with Ethereum. Ethereum's strategy is to build debt like this, top of platform one by one. Each debt depends on each other. Our platform plan to expand its territory by having not only business but also debts on the same territory of BOScoin, like this. This means other projects who are considering ICO don't need to go through the process of raising funds and creating their own token. Teams that are preparing an ICO only need to write a proposal and convince the Congress to receive appropriate funding. Each project will be sharing our profile and same concept system that each project can interact with each other. Services on top of both platforms will be able to interconnect with each other for synergy, which will be beneficial to all participants. In order to achieve this, we use the following technology: MFBA consensus protocol, trust contracts, and human identified authentication. MFBA stands for Modified Federalist Byzantine Agreement System. It is based on Stella's consensus protocol, which is based on Professor Misere's works on Federalist Byzantine Agreement, but modified to better suit our needs. It is modified to assist open memberships for ease participants into the network. It aims to provide increasing scalability, also that is the network can support as much participants as possible. Trust contracts are decided smart contract framework composed of web ontology language, OWL, timed automatic language, TAR. Web ontology language is web standard language developed by Tim Berners-Lee for safe and interchangeable web data. Developers will be able to develop business concepts and business logic with our profile. Our profile's language is enough for a person who is familiar with the HTML tag can read and write. Our profile is also comprised of concept systems so that it is easy for machine to read. In other words, it has an advantage when trying to apply big data or artificial intelligence. Our can also check logical errors. Our profile by the embedded inference engine, which can filter any errors made when writing and code. Timed automatic language is a development tool, development methodologies used for critical control programs such as cardiac pacemakers. We believe blockchain and its application must work safe, secure, be reliable, and searchable. Last, technology. Human identification without sacrificing privacy is also a very important issue, but this day it hasn't been solved completely. Projects like Gcash putting a lot of effort to make it happen, but isn't quite there yet. We want to protect privacy and yet have identifiable individuals on top of our blockchain by using full homomorphic encryption. We already invested and made a strong partnership with some of the best experts in this field. At first, this technology will be used to identify individuals so that one member can exercise one vote in our Congress network. So, regardless of how many accounts or nodes one has, an individual has to go through our KYC process using homomorphic encryption, that the person will be able to exercise one vote only. This will prevent decentralization as political power and economic incentives are separated. As our milestone, our journey has been long going and coming, but we have been thinking hard and wide about the path to make thinking better. Now, how to contribute the world through blockchain? And now we beginning to materialize. In the next coming months, we will upgrade our blockchain to our own consensus algorithm without hard fork and introduce you to BOSnet 1.0, where you can write in your own trust contracts by year's end. Thank you.
You should also know that BOScoin has a booth outside, so you can ask more questions to find out about some of the innovative things that they're doing. Also, want to remind you that you can charge your phones behind me here in the courtesy suite and enter to win the contest for 10,000 kilowatts. And we are now going to go to the party phase of our evening from 7 until, is it 10 or 11? Ron, do you remember which it is? Is it from 7? No, 7 to 8 is dinner on your own, and then from 8 to 11, I think it is. Is that correct? Okay, 8 to 11. So you can network, connect with people, share ideas, collect business cards, and who knows what good things can come out of that. So have a good evening. See you tomorrow.